Now on CoastTV News.
Horse farm fight.
They do not meet the minimum district requirements.
That is the view from an organization opposing a rezoning request, what Sussex County Council could consider today for the Bellmead development.
Lewis Lens Live, the speed camera on Route 1, is set to go live today. Delta says this enforcement tool is needed.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. It's a chilly start, beginning in the low to mid 40s. 70s make a cameo appearance today, but I'm tracking a cold front that'll bring a round of showers tonight.
Dunkin' decision. What's up for review in Milton as the coffee chain attempts to bring brews to Broadkill Road.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we're making our way in the 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. It is Tuesday, October 21st, 2025.
Now, you and I, we start our mornings on the very early side. So
yes.
Walking out today, clear sky, stars were popping. Great look at the sky.
It's also cold outside, walking outside.
I had to go with a heavier coat today.
Yes, my car read 43 degrees this morning. You must not have been happy.
I love it when you give us the temperature from your car because it's a good indicator of...
I don't know how accurate it is, but... I think it's
what I felt, I think
accurate.
43 degrees at that time in the morning
right,
was
Chris.
pretty darn close.
And Chris has been mentioning the 40s, but he's also been mentioning the 70s. Take that how you will. Chris, tough day to dress, that's for sure.
Yeah, right. Need a sweatshirt this morning and a t-shirt this afternoon. We're seeing quite a temperature change over the last 24 hours. We're about 16 degrees cooler in both Ocean City and Georgetown, 11 degrees cooler in the capital. We are at 41 in Lewis, dew point 39, so the atmosphere is very dry, winds are calm. Perfect recipe for some radiational cooling, and that's why we're seeing some low temperatures this morning. 39 Harrington, we're down to 39 Salisbury, 40 Dagsboro, and 50 in Bethany Beach. There you see the calm winds, but the wind flow is out of the west. We're going to see more southwest winds kick in this afternoon. High pressure centered over the Carolinas. That's going to continue to push eastward, and that's going to allow for that southwest wind. Here's our cold front stationed across portions of Indiana. That is going to be advancing eastward through the day today, but not really going to impact us with any shower activity until after about 10 o'clock tonight. So it's a chilly start at the bus stop. Sunny skies, that sunrise at 7:16 this morning. Plenty of sunshine through the morning. We're up to 67 by around lunchtime, and we'll top out in the lower 70s this afternoon under mostly sunny skies. Those winds will pick up as well, gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour. Showers roll in tonight, and then once we get through the showers tonight, we settle into a nice dry weather pattern as we roll into the weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up my full forecast. Back.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour is we could see the Sussex County Council take action later today on the rezoning of a horse property on Route 24. This is a request made by Bellmead Farm, LLC. Last month, Council deferred a vote on a rezoning after a lengthy public hearing. Bellmead wants to turn the land into apartments and businesses, and right now, the entire piece of it is agriculture residential. That's got to change to commercial C4 before any further approvals happen. There's organized opposition to the development, and the spokesperson for the Route 24 Alliance wants the county to deny the request.
Bellmead is requesting a change of zone to C4, and they do not meet the minimum district requirements, two of them, for a C4, and therefore the county council must deny them.
Part of the county's delay in the decision was in part to allow council members to submit questions to DelDOT and DNREC about the impact Bellmead would have.
New this morning, the other big project that we have covered for you is the attempt to bring a Costco and other big stores to the Lewis area. Atlantic Fields has a public hearing today. At that council meeting, developers want to build a nearly 700,000 square foot shopping center at the corner of Route 24 and Mulberry Knoll Road. Atlantic Fields would be 73 acres in total. And we are at the point of a public hearing because the county's Planning and Zoning Commission, by a 4-1 vote last week, recommended its approval. After today's public hearing, Atlantic Fields will require approval by County Council.
In Milton, here are plans for a Dunkin' Donuts in the town. This is located at 403 Broadkill Road. It's the area of the Cedar Creek Business Park, and it's an area getting a review tonight in the town.
The town's Planning and Zoning Commission is taking a look at the final site plans. It was last month that the Milton Board of Adjustment reviewed variances for the distance between the restaurant's service window and a public right-of-way. Milton's attempt to bring the coffee chain to the town began over a year ago. In April, Milton's Planning and Zoning Commission gave the project preliminary approval.
And the Dunkin' was not the only restaurant getting a preliminary approval at that meeting, as this part of Milton could look very different in the near future. Dairy Queen also moved forward with plans to build nearby on Broadkill Road, and there's the McDonald's. It was last year they held their grand opening on a site in the Milton Cedar Creek Business Park. And in this same area, Arroyo Farms is on track for construction. Tonight in Ocean City, this document here, it is the comprehensive plan. It's going up for a public hearing. Ocean City is projecting minimal population growth for the peak summer season with a 1.5% increase by 2030. That same figure in 2035. To increase the town's economy, one recommendation is to expand off-season special activities. The comprehensive plan calls for the promotion of year-long residency with zoning strategies as a way to accomplish that. Tonight's hearing is scheduled for 6 at Ocean City Hall.
In Dagsboro Monday night, the town council unanimously voted to extend the town's development moratorium for a maximum of 180 days. The moratorium was put in place in April and prohibits the construction of any new building within town. During this period, the town has looked at updating old regulations for impact and building permit fees. Officials tell CoastTV that developments already approved are not affected by the moratorium. New overnight, firefighters battled a large fire at a strip mall in Worcester, Massachusetts. Aerials over the scene show heavy smoke and flames pouring from the roof of a building on Main Street. Officials say the fire broke out around 8 p.m. in a building that houses 4 businesses. Firefighters were ordered out of the burning building due to a partial floor collapse. Crews remained on the scene for several hours. So far, no injuries have been reported.
And we're getting a live look at Washington, D.C. this morning, the White House. It was yesterday there that President Trump met with Australia's Prime Minister and signed a deal on rare earth minerals. This may impact trade talks between the White House and Beijing. As
NBC's Alice Barr shows us, the new pact comes with troubling signs for the ceasefire in Gaza brokered by the White House.
A busy day in a White House under construction as crews begin demolishing part of the historic East Wing facade to clear the way for the massive ballroom addition President Trump has long touted to host more guests.
This was the ballroom, and this room holds 88 people, and the new one will hold 999 people.
The White House says the president and private donors will cover the estimated $250 million cost. But the renovations reverse an earlier Trump pledge not to touch the original building, and many Democratic lawmakers are slamming the move. While inside the White House, President Trump and the Australian Prime Minister signed a new deal Monday to invest in rare earth minerals, critical to producing advanced electronics and defense technologies.
In about a year from now, we'll have so much critical mineral and rare earths that you won't know what to do with them.
The move seen as a bid to counter China, which has a near monopoly on extracting and processing rare earths and has moved to curb exports amid high-stakes U.S.-China trade talks. At the same time, Vice President J.D. Vance arriving in Israel today, joining efforts to hold the fragile Gaza ceasefire together after violent flare-ups. President Trump upping the pressure on Hamas to stick to the terms and disarm.
They're going to behave, they're going to be nice, and if they're not, we're going to go and we're going to eradicate them.
The president again underscoring that would not include U.S. troops on the ground. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Deldat says a camera along Route 1 South near Lewis is scheduled to turn on today. The camera will catch speeders going into the construction zone at Minos-Conway Road. Anyone going at least 11 miles over the speed limit will get caught by the camera. There is a base fine of $20 plus an extra $1 for every mile over.
Ocean City is not allowing golf carts on Coastal Highway. Last month, we told you about Andy Sanderson. He has a golf cart which he uses to get around his neighborhood, but he wanted to go a step further and cruise down Coastal Highway with it, specifically in the bus lane. But the city manager said that plan is not going forward, saying low-speed vehicles are not recommended on roads with a speed limit of more than 30 miles per hour.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Yeah, coming up, Shellville holiday kickoff. What is in store this year as tickets go live later today?
Also, water sweeps house, the frightening situation in Alaska that nearly saw a man washed away by floodwaters.
Special makeover in Millsboro. It's this week's Ties That Bind Us, and we show you the upkeep efforts by local companies at the Veterans Memorial Cemetery. And we have First Alert meteorologist Chris Masterboni. You see him there in the Weather Center, and we're checking in with him next.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva, as we take a live look into Dover. It's a cold, dry start to our day. 46 in Dover. Winds are calm, but elsewhere we are at 39. Harrington 42. Seaford, we're at 41. Millsboro 39 in Dagsboro and 50 in Bethany Beach. Winds are calm at this hour, but we will see breezy conditions throughout the day. Average high 68. We were in the 70s over the weekend. We had a high of 69 for our Monday, and we're going to be right in the lower 70s this afternoon, all thanks to high pressure just to our south. We are tracking a cold front back off to the west. That will bring a round of showers tonight, so we're looking good for the run this morning. Into the afternoon, we have the green lights with mostly sunny skies, but those winds are going to be picking up this afternoon. We'll talk more about the showers and some nice dry weather ahead in my full forecast.
When the community comes together, even a simple trim can make a powerful tribute. On September 17th, thousands of volunteers from across the country gathered at veteran cemeteries and memorial sites to pay tribute to those who served. And in this week's Ties That Bind Us, Coast TV's Kevin Zappé shows us how the Delaware Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Millsboro got a very special makeover by local tree companies.
Volunteers working hard at the Delaware Veterans Memorial Cemetery to honor those who served. It's something Toby Schlick, owner of Complete Tree Care, says he and his team have proudly volunteered for over the last 5 years.
The guys all look forward to it, giving back to the community for our veterans. I am a veteran, and it makes it a special place for me to be here today and see all the progress that everybody's doing.
According to Schlick, 3 tree companies came together today to help remove dead branches, beautify the landscape, and run everything through the chipper. Robert Logan with Cypress Tree Care has been part of saluting branches for years and says the effort stretches far and beyond Millsboro.
We have over 100 locations throughout the United States, in Puerto Rico and Mexico. Tree companies in certain areas every year and donate our time. Each year we try to raise more and more money. This year we're trying to raise $5 million for the veterans.
While crews worked outside, others were supporting behind the scenes. Lisa Lasher, co-owner of Lasher's Barbecue, makes sure the volunteers are fed each year, free of charge.
As an appreciation to them, Lasher's Barbecue provides a nice hot lunch for everybody who comes out.
From tree work to hot meals, it's all about honoring the veterans who fought for our country, and the volunteers say they'll be back again next year.
If you would like to support Saluting Branches and help honor our veterans, you could do so by going to salutingbranches.org to make a donation. I'm Kevin Zappé in Millsboro, Coast TV News.
Time is 6:17, and you're looking live at a bit of a breeze in the Roosevelt Inlet in Lewis. First Alert meteorologist Chris Masterbono is back with us. And Chris, I'm really struggling here because there's only so many ways to describe a great fall day ahead.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, me too. It's going to be plenty sunshine today. It's slightly milder today ahead of a cold front, and then we'll see sunshine and cooler temperatures for the rest of the week. But we're feeling the cool temperatures this morning. We're about 15 to near 20 degrees cooler than where we were at this time yesterday. You can see away from the coast, we have fallen to 39 Harrington, 41 in Laurel, 39 in Gumboro, and we are at 50 in Bethany Beach. Winds for the most part are calm, but it is going to be a breezy afternoon. Those winds are going to pick up out of the southwest. We have small craft advisories up for the Delaware as well as Maryland, Virginia coast. Those run through 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Along the Chesapeake Bay, they are up through 6 a.m. with some 25-knot winds there in the bay. Clear skies, calm winds right now. Here's high pressure off through the Carolinas. It's going to be sliding to our east and reintroducing that southwest wind flow, so that's going to allow for some milder temperatures to get in here. But here's our cold front back off to the west. Most of the moisture moving ahead of this front, but we expect a few scattered showers to roll in overnight. Not expecting a whole lot of rain out of this front. We're at 49 in Laurel. Plenty of sunshine through the morning. We're up to 60 by around 10 a.m. On our way to highs in the lower 70s this afternoon. It will be breezy with those winds kicking up this afternoon. Clear skies, but then we'll see increasing clouds through the evening. Scattered showers roll in after about 10 o'clock tonight through about 3 a.m. And then we'll see those showers push off the coast, maybe as much as a 1/10 of an inch of rain. Not really expecting much in the way of rainfall out of this front. Clear skies to start tomorrow morning, and we're looking at mostly sunny skies for Wednesday with highs only in the mid-60s. So a seasonable day after our above average day today. There's those winds gusting upwards to near 25, 30 miles an hour out of the south ahead of the front. Then you see west winds tomorrow, so it's rather breezy still, but winds not all that strong. And then another front pushes through late Thursday through Friday. So we're dealing with a series of fronts here over the next few days, and you can see the downward trend in temperature. 68 is the average high, so seasonable temperatures tomorrow. But we're looking at much cooler air as high pressure builds in late week through the weekend. Now we'll see a few clouds roll in late Saturday into Sunday. Watching a system to our south. I think for now it's going to stay to our south, and we are looking at rain chances back in the picture at least Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. You can see from the Climate Prediction Center with a little wetter than average pattern they're developing October 26th through the beginning of November. We're at 73 today, mostly sunny skies, a breezy day. 51, scattered showers early, then we dry out through daybreak Wednesday. 67, still breezy. We're going to continue to see those conditions through at least Thursday. We dry out. 63 into Thursday, and highs only in the low 60s Friday through the weekend. Elisa.
Thank you, Chris. An Alaska man has shared frightening video from inside his home. Stephen Anaver says he's thankful to be alive after floodwater from Typhoon Halong filled his home last week. Water lifted the home off of its foundation, and it drifted about a mile. Anaver's brother says a board sticking out of the ground stopped it 5 feet away from a river. Had the house gone into the river, his chances of survival would have been diminished. The family has set up a GoFundMe to help rebuild the house.
It's become an annual tradition at Starbucks, the coffee chain officially announcing the date for its Red Cup Day, and it will be Thursday, November 13th. Customers can receive a reusable Red Holiday Cup when they buy a holiday beverage at participating stores. The announcement of Red Cup Day comes just 2 weeks after Starbucks unveiled its holiday menu. That includes some popular items like eggnog lattes.
More material from Harper Lee is coming out. Lee is best known for her classic novel To Kill a Mockingbird, which was later turned into a film starring Gregory Peck. For a long time, the literary world thought that was Lee's only major offering, but shortly before Lee's 2016 death, Ghost Set a Watchman was published. Lee's biographer says some of the stories contain elements of the ideas she wrote about in her most famous work.
Coming up, winter celebration access, what you need to know as the big holiday event in Rehoboth Beach is about to have its tickets go live. CoastTV News Today is back after this. Delaware's Special Committee on Property Tax Reassessments, it's not meeting today as planned. The session was originally scheduled for this morning. The cancellation is due to ongoing litigation related to House Bill 242. That's the law that lets Newcastle County schools recalculate certain tax rates. The committee's next hearing is tentatively scheduled for November 4th at 9:30 a.m. in Legislative Hall.
We have yet to reach Halloween, but today we are thinking about Christmas because tonight tickets for Shelville's Enchanted Winter Celebration go live. Some of this year's events include Breakfast with Santa Claus on December 21st. There are only 150 tickets available for that event. Also going live are the private dining reservations. Tickets go live at 6 o'clock.
A pleasant good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. It is a chilly, dry start to our day as we take a live look into Lewis. 41 degrees there, dew point 39. Winds are calm. Atmosphere is very dry across the area. Small craft advisories, though, continue at least for the next 24 hours for the Delaware coast as well as the Maryland and Virginia coast. Through the Chesapeake Bay, those run through about 6 a.m. Wednesday as well. Fenwick Island, Ocean City, plenty of sunshine through the morning and afternoon. Highs topping out in the upper 60s. Just a gorgeous day, but a breezy day. Those winds picking up out of the south about 30 miles an hour through Lewis and Rehoboth under sunny skies. As we make our way over to Cambridge, we're up to 65 by around your noontime. Crisfield 67 by around 5. Again, with those breezy conditions. We have Christy Bowie of Cambridge, Maryland. You're the winner of our Coast TV weather umbrella. And as always, you get your latest forecast by dialing the First Alert weather phone. I'll have more on your forecast in the next half hour. Elisa.
Thank you, Chris. And after the break on Coast TV News today, Stores Showdown. We look at the next step in the battle to bring a Costco and other large retail businesses to the Lewis area.
Also, Milton Duncan development on that land there. What needs to occur for the coffee chain to continue its plans to build on Broadkill Road?
And building pause, how long is the extension for a moratorium in Dagsboro, and what services could benefit from new impact fees? Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Now on Coast TV News.
Shopping center hearing. We look at what is scheduled today on an initiative of building a Costco, Target, and other large stores on this land near Lewis.
Tram era ends.
We understand, this is disappointing.
How Ocean City is attempting to move forward now that its boardwalk tram will not return.
Good Tuesday morning, Delmarva. It's a chilly start, beginning in the low to mid 40s. 70s make a cameo appearance today, but I'm tracking a cold front that'll bring a round of showers tonight.
Dagsboro moratorium extended. What it means for future development in the town.
This is Coast TV News Today.
October 21st, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
6:29 a.m. And if you're just joining us, we had that Shelville Tickets Going live story a few minutes ago. Normally, I'm not a Christmas and October guy, but you have events like that, Ocean City Winterfest of Lights. It does get me excited for some of those family-friendly events.
Seeing more Christmas commercials. I've been seeing a lot of them.
Well, you know my rule on this. No Christmas music till
after Thanksgiving.
December 1st.
I appreciate that because Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays, and I feel like it gets overshadowed. Like, I love Christmas time, love the music. My family will sometimes play Christmas music at Thanksgiving. That's just too confusing.
You got to do something about
that. I do. I need to talk to my family. Chris, I feel like Chris likes Christmas music. I feel like he might play it before Thanksgiving, Chris. That's what I'm getting from you.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I might start listening to it a little before Christmas, but yeah, I'm with you. Full-blown Christmas, I have to wait till after Thanksgiving, and we feel a bit of a chill in the air this morning stepping outside the door. You can see temperatures over the last 24 hours. A 24-hour temperature change, 16 degrees cooler in Georgetown than where we were at this time yesterday. Clear skies, calm winds. We're at 40 in Laurel, and we're down to 42 in Seaford, 42 Milford, 39 Dagsboro, and we're at 48 in Rehoboth Beach. Winds are calm at this hour. We are expecting some breezy conditions to develop through the afternoon, but it's going to be a milder breeze, all thanks to high pressure to our south. It's going to be sliding off to our southeast, so we're going to see more of a southwest wind flow this afternoon ahead of a cold front. This cold front still back off through portions of Indiana and Ohio, and that's going to be advancing eastward throughout the day today. So we wake up this morning, stepping outside the door, that chilly start, plenty of sunshine, 42 degrees by the afternoon. We're back in the low 70s, and it's breezy ahead of the front that will bring showers in after about 10 o'clock tonight. We'll track the showers and some cooler high temperatures coming up later on this week. We'll talk all about it in my full forecast in a little bit. Elisa.
Thank you, Chris. Our top story this half hour today, the Sussex County Council will have its first public hearing for a plan to build a Costco, Target, and more on Route 24 and Mulberry Knoll Road. This after Planning and Zoning voted 4-1 to recommend approval of the Atlantic Fields project with 17 conditions. Atlantic Fields would be 73 acres in total.
I think something half the size of the Christiana Mall going in on this little tiny secondary road, country road, is just irresponsible development. There's could be much better uses for community space.
And the County Council's public hearing is this afternoon at 1:30.
Also at that meeting, we could see the Sussex County Council take action on the rezoning of a horse property on Route 24. It's a request made by Bellmead Farm, LLC. Last month, the council deferred a vote on rezoning after a lengthy public hearing. Bellmead wants to turn the land into apartments and businesses. Right now, the entire piece of land is agricultural residential. That must change to a commercial C4 district before any further approvals happen.
Delmarva says a camera along Route 1 South near Lewis is scheduled to turn on today. The camera will catch speeders going into the construction zone at Minos Conaway Road. Anyone going at least 11 miles over the speed limit will get caught by that camera. There is a base fine of $20 plus an extra $1 for every mile over.
And you're looking at the potential location of a Dunkin' Donuts in Milton. That's at 403 Broadkill Road. It's an area of the Cedar Creek Business Park, and it's an area that's getting a review tonight in the town.
The town's Planning and Zoning Commission is taking a look at the final site plan. It was last month that the Milton Board of Adjustment reviewed variances for the distance between the restaurant service window and a public right-of-way. Milton's attempt to bring the coffee chain to town began over a year ago. In April, Milton's Planning and Zoning Commission gave the project preliminary approval.
And the Dunkin's was not the only restaurant getting a preliminary approval at that meeting. And as this part of Milton, it could look very different in the near future. Here's why. Dairy Queen also moved forward with plans to build nearby in Broadkill Road. And late last year, as you can see, McDonald's held its grand opening on this site at the Cedar Creek Business Park. And in the same area, Arroyo Farms is on track for construction. Dagsboro Town Council unanimously voted to extend its development moratorium for a maximum of 180 days. The moratorium was put in place in April of this year and prohibits the construction of any new building within the town.
During this period, the town has looked at updating old regulations for impact and building permit fees. CoastTV photojournalist Matt Hipsman takes us to Dagsboro.
Everyone believes that it's in our best interest and the town's best interest to get all our ducks in a row before we actually lift the moratorium and start having development occur in the town. And the growth that needs to be orderly and logical. Tonight, the council was amenable to the idea of extending it for up to 180 days.
Reviewing the town charter, a lot of it is arcane and it's a lot to unwind. It just doesn't sound like they've had enough time to do it yet. It makes sense to me. And it doesn't sound like they're trying to milk it either. If they're able to accomplish what they need in less time, then there's nothing stopping them from voting to lift it.
If we're able to achieve the items that we need to change before then we'll lift the moratorium in advance of that timeline.
All developments that were already approved are not impacted by the moratorium.
Drivers in Rehoboth Beach should expect some changes along Route 1 as work continues on a major intersection project. According to DelDOT, beginning today, traffic on Route 1, both north and south, will shift at Holland Glade Road. The bike and bus lane will also be temporarily closed during this phase. DelDOT says the lane shift will last about 28 days.
Tonight in Ocean City, the town's comprehensive plan's going up for a public hearing. Ocean City is projecting minimal population growth for the peak summer season, with 1.5% increase by 2030 and that same figure by 2035. To increase the town's economy, one recommendation is to expand off-season special activities. The comprehensive plan calls for the promotion of year-long residency with zoning strategies as a way to accomplish that, and tonight's hearing is scheduled for 6 at Ocean City Hall.
In Ocean City, it's the end of an era. The town's iconic tram service will not be returning to operation. It had been suspended since a tram car hit and killed a 2-year-old boy on the boardwalk in August of last year. The town says multiple operational and safety factors were taken into account. The tram had been in operation since 1964. It served as a way to help families, seniors, and visitors travel the boardwalk.
We understand, this is disappointing, but we're going to try to replace this or do something kind of new and exciting. We're looking at brainstorming a number of options right now.
Some business owners say they'll miss the traffic the tram delivered, but others say they feel this is a short-term safety reset. The town says it's brainstorming alternatives to move people along the boardwalk. The demolition in the east wing of the White House has begun. The White House started its project to build President Donald Trump's ballroom on Monday, with equipment tearing out the walls and windows of part of East Wing. Once refurbished, the new East Wing will feature the 90,000 square foot ballroom and will be able to fit 999 people. That's up from its current capacity of 200.
Let's go to Washington, D.C. We're getting a live look there at the Capitol building, 3 weeks into the federal government shutdown, and no end is in sight. Lawmakers can't agree on whether a stopgap spending plan should keep healthcare costs from rising, and in fact, they can't even agree on whether to negotiate.
Amy Kiley shows us now the shutdown is reaching an infamous historic milestone.
We need to end the shutdown.
At 21 days, the government shutdown is now tied for the second longest in U.S. history. Democrats say they want a funding bill that addresses Medicaid cuts and expiring Obamacare subsidies.
Tens of millions of Americans are about to experience dramatically increased premiums, copays, and deductibles.
Republicans say they won't discuss that until Democrats pass their funding bill with no changes.
What exactly is there to negotiate?
The shutdown ties 130 years ago when congressional Republicans gave up about half the Medicare cuts they wanted in return for a balanced budget.
Newt Gingrich shut down the government in 1995 because he wanted Clinton to cut Medicare. Clinton wouldn't do it.
We didn't let the fighting stop the negotiating. We also didn't let the negotiating stop the fighting.
The longest shutdown ever remains the one during President Donald Trump's first term. It holds the record of 35 days after Democrats refused to pay for a border wall.
Whatever it takes. I mean, we're going to have a wall.
He didn't get it. And when air traffic controllers started not showing up to work, the Republicans buckled on that.
Unions say this shutdown is hard on air traffic controllers, too. Pre-existing staff shortages have many working overtime now without pay.
You're allowing outside stress to work its way into the control room.
I'm Mimi Kiley reporting.
The Mega Millions jackpot has grown yet again after no ticket matched all 6 numbers in Friday's drawing. The jackpot has now reached $650 million. That's the 10th largest amount in the game's history. The last time there was a top 10 jackpot was December 2024. The next drawing will be today.
And we have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Protecting the Coast, we'll tell you about a workshop in Georgetown on that topic, courtesy of the Delaware Center for the Inland Bays.
Also, the Flyers have had an up and down start to the season. How the second period decided Monday night's game against the Kraken.
And keeping Milton safe, the town's police department is inviting people to drop off expired or unused medications during a special take-back event. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Well, here's a gorgeous shot out of Dover. Sun rising there, clear skies. We've had calm winds and some pretty cold temperatures to start this morning. We're at 46 in Dover, but you can see further to the south, we're at 39, Harrington 39, Delmar. Closer to the beaches, we're at 52, Lewis to 53, Indian River Inlet. Winds are calm at the moment, but expecting some gusts upwards of 30 miles an hour this afternoon ahead of this cold front that's still back off across the Ohio-Indiana border. Not a whole lot of moisture with this front, but we are going to see some showers later on tonight. Plenty of sunshine through Lewis, Rehoboth, Ocean City. Temperatures getting up into the lower 70s with those winds gusts out of the southwest at about 30 miles an hour. Showers roll in tonight. It's a brief round of showers, then high pressure moves in. I'll have more here coming up. Matt.
Okay, Chris. In Milton, the town's police department is hosting a community drug take-back campaign on October 25th. It's between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Community members are asked to safely discard expired, unused, and unwanted medication at the Milton Police Department. The DEA, which has partnered with the department, they're collecting vape pens and other e-cig devices, and they asked to have those batteries removed. The police say this is a free, anonymous service to help combat drug abuse and theft, and no questions will be asked.
If you're looking for a furry best friend this week only, the Brandywine Valley SPCA is offering pick your price adoptions during PetSmart's Charities National Adoption Week. Adopt any adult cat or dog and pay what you can now through Sunday, October 26th at BVSPCA locations and select PetSmart stores across Delaware.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Through 5 games, the Flyers went to overtime twice. Last night's game against the Kraken was exciting for a lot of reasons. New faces, strong performances. The only unexciting part was the winning team had a safe lead for much of the game. Let's look at some key moments. Seattle tried to steal the show early. 2024 first-round pick Berkeley Catton made his NHL debut with his parents in attendance, and he made an instant impact. Berkeley notched his first career point with an assist to give the Kraken a 1-0 lead. But then the Flyers went on a tear, scoring 5 of the remaining 6 goals. Philadelphia cruised to a 5-2 lead by the end of the second period, and that score held up through 20 more scoreless minutes. The Flyers improved to 3-2-1 on the young season. Winger Owen Tippett led the way with 2 goals. Through 6 games, Tippett has scored 5 times, no assists yet. He's the only player in the NHL with 5 or more goals and 0 helpers. That is a pure scorer right there. As for the Kraken, they travel south to take on the Capitals tonight at 7. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
And here's what's on DSN tonight at 6:30. We have the Bayside Conference Girls Soccer match, followed by the Boys Championship. And then at 10:30, it is the final score. On the DSN Plus app, you get that girls soccer match along with these field hockey games. At 4, Cesar Rodney's at Polytech. At 5, it's the Bayside Conference Championship.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up right now for free at coasttv.com/signup and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. And here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
Hope you're having a good Tuesday so far here along coastal Delmarva. And if you join us today at 4 on Coast Life, here is what's coming your way. Halloween is fast approaching, and we know you want to keep your eyes peeled for some trunk or treat events. We've got one of those for you. Speaking of Halloween, that's another theme for this week's great debate. Costumes. Do you prefer them DIY or do you prefer them store-bought? And we know as we get closer to the dinner hour, you're getting a little hungry. We've got this week's dish of the week, some mussels for you that are going to be really tasty and delicious. All of that fun is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
Well, some of us are waking up to temperatures in the upper 30s this morning. We're going to see plenty of sunshine through the day today. Highs getting into the low 70s ahead of a cold front that'll bring some showers in tonight. We'll talk more about the showers and a nice autumn-like stretch of weather to round out the week. Full forecast after the break.
The time is now 6:48 and we are taking a live look outside at Laurel this morning with a beautiful sunrise there, Chris. That is always a good sign. That sun is going to warm up later today in the 70s, this morning in the 40s. Cold morning for kids waiting out at the bus stop.
Yeah, you need a jacket this morning, and then you could shed the jacket by the afternoon as we get those temperatures back into the lower 70s. You can see the 24-hour temperature change, about 15 to near 20 degrees cooler across the peninsula than where we were at this time yesterday. So now we're hitting our coldest temperatures at this point right now. 38 in Harrington, we're at 42 in Georgetown, 48 in Rehoboth, and we're at 39 in Gumboro. Clear skies, calm winds, perfect recipe for radiational cooling. We still have small craft advisories up for the Delaware coast as well as Maryland, Virginia. Those run through 7 a.m. Wednesday. Chesapeake Bay through Cambridge, Smith Island, and Crisfield. Those are up through 6 a.m. Wednesday. We're clear, dry under the influence of high pressure just to our southwest. We're going to see southwest winds kick in this afternoon, and there's our cold front. You can see not much in the way of rain with this front, so we're not really expecting a whole lot of rain. Some scattered showers will be developing through the nighttime and into the overnight hours. We're at 48 right now in Rehoboth. Sunshine through the morning. 61 by around 10 a.m. We'll see highs today generally around 70 Lewis, 73 Seaford, 73 Cambridge. Highs ranging anywhere from about 68 to 74 on the peninsula this afternoon. It's not until after about 10 o'clock we see a few showers roll into the area. So early morning showers expected through Dewey Beach down through Ocean City. But by daybreak Wednesday, all of the shower activity is off the coast and we are looking at waking up to temperatures in the lower 50s. So a bit milder start to the day tomorrow, but cooler afternoon, with highs only reaching the mid to upper 60s. There's those winds out of the southwest gusting 25 to 30 miles an hour ahead of the front. Front pushes through. We see more of a west wind as we go into Wednesday. So a seasonable day, and then a secondary front, another dry front will push through Thursday through Friday. And you see those highs struggling to get out of the 60s by the end of the week and into the weekend. Average high 68 degrees, and we're going to settle into a nice autumn-like pattern as we go into the end of the week as high pressure builds in. We're going to stay dry. We're keeping the forecast rather dry in the start of next week. Watching a system to our south. Right now, we're keeping those rain chances at bay at least through until middle part of next week. You can see the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook slightly above normal as we round out the month. 73, mostly sunny, 51 scattered showers. Overnight, 67 by your Wednesday, and a beautiful end to the week, 62 on Friday. We'll see a few clouds increase late Saturday through Sunday with temperatures in the 60s, but we're keeping it dry into the start of next week. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. Happening today, the Center for the Inland Bays is inviting the community to its next Coastal Resilience Open House. Guests will learn about measures being taken to help protect the Delmarva coast, such as oyster beds and concrete structures used to prevent erosion, as well as things they can do in their own backyard. Organizers say that after those heavy storms we experienced recently, education on coast preservation is important.
So it's very important for the environment. Sea level rise is a real thing, and if more of the community knows about it and know how to protect against the sea level rise, the erosion that's happening, it will just greatly improve the community.
The meeting is being held from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Georgetown Public Library.
The time is now 6:51, and we're going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And on your screen, you can see Sky, and he appears to be exhausted, being the favorite family member.
Tough job.
That constant love, yes it is, and admiration can be overwhelming. Sky was submitted to us by Gavin in Milton.
And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them special. You can take a look at your screen.
Scan that QR code top center, get your friends to us, and then watch weekdays, 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
It is 6:54, and it's time for the things you need to know before you go. DelDOT says a camera along Route 1 South near Lewis is scheduled to turn on today. That camera will catch speeders going into the construction zone at Minos-Conway Road. Anyone going at least 11 miles over the speed limit will get caught by that camera. There is a base fine of $20 plus an extra $1 for every mile over. Today,
the Sussex County Council is having a public hearing for a plan to build a Costco, Target, and more on Route 24 and Mulberry Knoll Road. This after Planning and Zoning voted 4-1 to recommend the approval of the Atlantic Fields project with 17 conditions. Atlantic Fields would be 73 acres in total.
We could see the Sussex County Council take action on a rezoning for a horse property on Route 24. It's a request made by Belmead Farm LLC. Last month, the council deferred a vote on rezoning after a lengthy public hearing. Belmead wants to turn this land into apartments and businesses. Right now, the entire piece of land is agricultural residential that must change to commercial C4 district before any further approvals happen.
It's the end of an era in Ocean City. The town's iconic tram service is not returning to operation. It was suspended when a tram car hit and killed a 2-year-old boy on the boardwalk in August of last year. The town says multiple operational and safety factors were taken into account. The tram had been in operation since 1964. It served as a way to help families, seniors, and visitors travel the boardwalk.
Well, we talked about how everything in your wardrobe is getting kind of a use over this week, whether it be shorts, jacket this morning, and by the afternoon, we're looking at highs in the lower 70s ahead of a cold front. It's going to be rather breezy as well, with gusts up to 30. Watching for showers arriving after about 10 o'clock tonight, but it's a quick hitting system. It's out of here by Wednesday morning, and we're looking at a nice autumn-like stretch through the end of the week, and we're just going to stay pretty dry, at least through the weekend.
73, that looks good. Well, thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News today.
Yeah, looking forward to this great stretch of weather heading right into Seawitch.
Yeah, we're looking really good for that.
Now, we had shorts last year. I wore shorts, at least I did. I don't know if we'll be there this year.
Kind of your walk-in, so it'll be a little warm out there, but the temperatures are going to be in the low 60s. Winds are going to be a little calm as well, so that's
it sounds like a great fall day, so we're looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
All right, so as we continue here, the Today Show is coming up next. That's at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11.
And for even more news and coverage, you can count on, grab your phone, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. And when we see you at Coast TV News midday, until then, have a great Tuesday morning, everybody.